So we have something here that would be the abdominal aorta, and we said it has 3 branches anteriorly, right? Well, I'm gonna go to details of these maybe later, but just for now, because that's probably one of the confusing part of the whole system, we had something like celiac trunk. I don't know. It was going like 3 branches, whatnot. Doesn't matter for now. We had the superior mesenteric artery (SMA), and then inferior mesenteric artery. It's a little bit smaller, right? But these are the 3 anterior ones that we care about the most. So, and we said, okay, this guy gonna feed the foregut, this one gonna feed the midgut, this one gonna feed the hindgut, right? So that was easy as long as you know what is foregut, midgut, and hindgut. When it comes to venous drainage, it's a different story, right? So venous has 2 big systems. Okay, as you know, and I just recently found out about it, we have something called heart. It's like something like that. Even right atrium. I'm just gonna say something is coming out of it, right? It's something on the top. It's called vena cava, I guess. So the superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. This is what we're interested in IVC, inferior vena cava. So it comes down. Let me draw something that is maybe important and you're not talked about. I don't know why, but this is almost the dome of the diaphragm. Almost, okay? So what happens is you may think, okay, so we have the blood supply, the oxygenated blood, or whatever you want to call that, the arteries of, let's say, foregut is coming from celiac trunk. So when it goes to the foregut, it's going to come back here, right, to IVC, and then it's going to go back to heart and whatnot. Well, that is kind of true, and that's kind of not true. The reason is, if you look at this structure, this is what's happening. You have something, I think it's like that, something like that. It's called liver. So what holds liver is actually this IVC. It's just liver is attached to it and it's so strong the IVC holds it. Well, who cares about that? I don't know why I said that. But what matters is there are some branches in here. Actually, it's called tributaries, like because we're talking about the venous system. So you may think these guys gonna all come back. I mean, when they go to the body, they're gonna come back here directly from the organ. Let's say from the stomach, they're gonna come back to the IVC. Well, that's natural way of thinking. And what happens is it's a portal system. So we have a portal and we have a caval system. By portal, this is what I mean. It's probably gonna confuse you, but let's say you have an organ which is orange, and the orange organ is getting some blood supply. So this is an artery. You're going to supply this. This I'm just talking about the portion of it, of course. Then it's going to go out, make tributaries, and it goes into vein, right? So you have oxygenated blood here, deoxygenated, and whatever. And this is just a normal system. So let's say now you have another system. We call it green. I don't know what color is this. Is it pink? I don't know. Pink, green, pink organs. So what happens is the blood comes in, the oxygenated blood. But what happens is, what happens next is the oxygenated blood comes out, but the deoxygenated blood goes to another organ and then goes out, right? Yes, you could have more oxygenated blood in here. Who cares? But this system that we have, see? Deoxygenated blood going to another part. This is the portal system. So off top of my head, I know 3 of them. So one of them is adrenal gland, like the top of the kidney. I don't know, it was like, it was something like that. And then, actually, this is good. We had the medulla inside, and there were 2 ways to get to medulla from the cortex. One was straight from it, like from, I don't know, from the cortex to medulla. And then the other way was you go to, you're gonna go to cortex, and off of there are gonna be some branches that go and feed the medulla. So we had another one in the brain, right? Pituitary gland. But the other one that we care about more is liver. Before going to details of every single branch and tributary, I want to just give you a big picture. So the big picture is the stuff from celiac trunk, superior mesenteric artery, and inferior mesenteric artery. They first gonna go to liver. They're not gonna go here, right? There is another thing, right? It's called portal vein. The big picture is these all gonna go to portal vein, and from there, of course, they're gonna go to inferior vena cava. The other thing is, you may ask, so why do we have vena cava here? Well, of course, you're gonna go down, and you're gonna have some fun here in pelvic area, but it also has some branches here. I mean, very important ones, like the renal branch is gonna go directly to inferior vena cava, or lumbar branches. I think there are 4 of them. Suprarenal branch, gonadal, only one side, only the right side. So some stuff would go to inferior vena cava. Some stuff going to liver first and then go to inferior vena cava, right? So whoever goes to inferior vena cava, not going to the portal vein, so portal vein, that would be called caval system. And whoever goes to the portal vein, ultimately, maybe not directly, it would be part of portal system, right? Does that make sense?